that involves cruelty, such as murder, aggravated assault, or torture, they may be considered a danger to the community and a flight risk. In such cases, the judge may be less inclined to grant bail or may set the bail amount very high to ensure that the defendant appears in court and does not pose a risk to public safety. Now, you see why I gave this example. School students may not be able to actually understand that why I am bringing this one. The reason is that this is how technology is advancing. When I checked this, obviously this has been published in a famous daily newspaper, okay, Hindu. This is an article from Hindu. So obviously it's a popular article. So they have checked it, the correctness of the sentences and everything. You can understand the quality of the answers generated by an AI engine. So these people who are thinking about startups and coming up with new ideas, you'll have to think about it that there are systems which are already available. They're pretty accurate. Now we are actually replacing almost a judiciary system. No, we are not replacing, but it is possible that someday that this will be considered. That why do you need a Supreme Court judge or a High Court judge? Even judge himself, honorable judge, also mentioned that this is just to test that how AI works in a live case. Okay. Second example. So be careful while you come up with some design, whether it is software, hardware, whatever. Maybe you think ahead. Think big, dream big. When you dream big. Okay. An interesting story. Go through this story. Then I will tell you what is the purpose of showing this story. Just take 1-2 minutes time. May I go to the next page? So now I hope that you must have gone through the story. This story is generated by ChatGPT. I gave a question to ChatGPT. Can you write an epic like Mahabharata in the context of 2020? This was my question, and this is I have generated. You have to believe it, because I used my own ChatGPT interface and I generated this story. I checked this correctness of the story, literary correctness of the story with my father-in-law, who is a famous writer in West Bengal. He is a known person in English literature. He told that this is grammatically perfect, linguistic value is also very high, and the context which I requested ChatGPT to, it is also perfectly in synchrony. It means it has within 3-4 months time it has matured enough to generate this kind of stories, and you must have heard about that it is generating PhD thesis. Okay, it is generating PhD thesis. So teachers, be careful. Your students, including myself, are not going to trust you. They are not going to come to classrooms. Be careful, update yourself, and ensure that you generate better stories for them. Okay, so this is just a precautionary message, because myself working in artificial intelligence, my primary research is artificial intelligence. I know that how difficult it is going to be, even if I always favor humanity. I mean to say that our human intelligence is much more, greater than artificial intelligence, but we'll have to be careful. Okay. Why I'm saying that? 20 years back, we didn't probably thought about it. Ravin, can you play the video now? Just watch this video. It's a 2 minutes video. Sound आएगा?
As to the competitor's secrets.
ठीक है, साउंड नहीं गया तो चलेगा.
Michael Jennings is the best reverse engineer in the business.
All right, what's the pitch?
There was a movie.
Other than to say that it
Probably
involves
many of you are
optics.
not born that.
What are you trying to see?
Paycheck movie. How many of you have seen that movie Paycheck?
Whatever it is he's asking you to do,
What
he'll
kind of
do.
picture?
He's paid to forget.
We are now extracting his memory from the marker forward to the present.
But this time,
What happened?
You're done.
How long was it, Jimmy?
It's been 3 years, Mike.
the rules of the game have changed.
What's going on?
A mistake has been made here.
What you need to do is tell us everything that you did right now.
I can't!
You wiped my memory.
And all he has are 19 pieces to a puzzle.
I just need to find out who sent these items.
Well, you did. Don't you remember doing that, sir?
He must solve to stay alive. From John Woo, the director of Face Off and Mission Impossible 2. And the author who brought us Blade Runner and Minority Report.
Our boy didn't give himself these items because he saw happily ever after.
Ben Affleck.
I saw my future, and I saw what I needed to change it.
Aaron Eckhart.
Michael Jennings is not a super agent. He's an engineer.
Uma Thurman.
Don't you have secrets?
I think I'm pretty good at keeping them.
Your future awaits you no matter what you do.
तो ये जो मूवी है, I think around 2007-8 or something like that. I don't remember the exact release year. बहुत सारे बच्चे ने अभी तब तक तो जन्म ही नहीं लिया इधर जो क्लास के बच्चे हैं. तो ये उस टाइम पे एआई थ्योरी में था, ठीक है. इसमें क्या था ना, स्टोरी यही है. दिस पर्सन्स ब्रेन has been wiped out. He was forced, he was basically given a job to do something so that he cannot repeat it. ठीक है. इनका जो मैनेजर था, basically for the company he was working, they deleted his memory. It's a science fiction movie. Now this is possible. Even if it is not possible today, it is possible maybe down the line 10 years. Okay. So whatever you are dreaming today, if you feel that it is not possible, okay, it may be possible down the year 10 years time. Okay. That's why when you dream big. Okay. Whether you are a bad engineer or good engineer, doesn't matter. You must dream big. Okay. And have faith in your idea. This is what I wanted to convey today. Good morning to all of you. I welcome all of you to this third day of this session. I took more than 10 minutes. Sorry, sir. So we will start now the first session. I believe now the crowd has assembled here. We are ready to start. Welcome. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good morning.
Good morning.
So I hope everybody is inspired after that great session. morning session by sir. Is the last row able to hear me? Can you all hear me? Last row? Yes? Okay. So as people are joining in, I'll take little time in terms of taking you through the today's overview and also the recap as well. So we had great sessions, back-to-back sessions yesterday and day before that. So we'll try to cover what happened yesterday. Little louder. Sound. They need to increase the sound as well. Is it better now? Last. Is it better? Can you all hear me at the end? Great. So couple of recaps we will do. Yesterday we had, the theme as such. Okay, thanks sir. So I think yesterday's theme was about human-centric approach. Today we are working on how we can improvise the business model aspect. So before I jump into it, I would also take you through the recap what happened yesterday. So it's quite interesting to start the session with the concept that you learned yesterday and with the icebreaker. So quickly we can just take 3 examples here. There are 3 questions here. I want you to identify some relevant startups. Need not be the Indian startups, it can be global startups as well. You can see here the problem statement. Just identify what venture it is. So maybe we can start with the first. Price is an important concern for customers. Booking travel online. Hotels leave you disconnect from the city and its culture. And this is number 1 point. No easy way exists to book a home with a local or become a host. What do you think? Oyo. Okay. Any other names? Yeah. Book my trip. Okay. Any other names? Startup names? Airbnb. Great. Okay. So we have 3-4 answers. Great. Let's go to the second one. Video files are too large to email. Video files are too large to host. No basic standardization of video file formats, and video exists as isolated files. Yeah. Sorry? YouTube. Okay. Instagram. Share it. Okay. Okay. I think some are missing the main disruptor. Netflix. Okay. Files. Sharing files. It can not just be the video. Drive. Google Drive. Great. Telegram. Okay. Sorry? Mega. Great. Yes. Review. Okay. So lots of answers here. Great. So I have an answer here as well, which is little different. It was the main disruptor, or the the initial original concept has come from there. Then we have the third one. There is no trusted and effective way for professionals to connect and transact with each other. Easy one. Yeah. So these are the answers for that. And last time, I think yesterday we were discussing about the, some types of markets, right? So what do you think the first one is? Airbnb and Oyo. What is the relation here? Existing market? No, let me reframe it. What do you think Oyo did when it entered the market? No, as a market type. Maybe quickly. 10 more seconds. Yeah, so what type of market is it? Okay, no, existing, new, or resegment? Existing. Anyone else? It's basically clone. taking the business model, tweaking little bit and there, and then go ahead. So yeah, that was a recap, and in today's session we will also do little more deep dive into these concepts, right? So we did understand yesterday about the role of empathy, how empathy is very important in terms of solving the problem. We discussed about the different types of problem worth solving, how to identify problem worth solving, and what is the difference between a customer and the consumer. Like yesterday we had I think a few gentlemen and I think few women also were talking about the idea of a pet startup, right? So they want to take care of the pets. So over here you can easily distinguish the consumer as the dog and then the customer being the pet owner. And yeah, we also discussed about the market types, understanding what are the different types of markets. We discussed about the customer segmentation, how do you slice the pie. We also talked about the size of the market, right? And yes, Shivani ma'am was also talking about the customer persona, how do you build a customer persona, right? So lots of discussions were around the same line. So today we'll start setting the context, so this is the session for that, and right after this we have a session on understanding the needs of user ergonomics, evaluation and testing. Right after that we have an entrepreneur talk on build your startup competitive advantage. So you can see that in this entrepreneur talk itself you will be able to absorb concepts such as competitive advantage. So this is entrepreneur talk in the perspective of competitive advantage. Then we have the leadership, we have the session on crafting the value proposition. We have sketching the value proposition canvas. These are some again important concepts. We again have leadership talk on innovation for achieving the SDGs. We have introduction to business model. Right after the business model, we'll try to break down on see how can we frame or how can we actually come to the conclusion of a business model. How do we figure out what is the right business model for us? So we have for that a lean canvas. We'll try to sketch the lean canvas. So we'll make sure that each and every startup has at least a one vague lean canvas to start with after this session. Then we go ahead with the feedbacks and takeaways. We'll have some networking discussions as well. And then finally, we'll complete the day with the product design pitch pitch event. That's it for us, and thank you all. Have a good day today. Thank you.
गुड मॉर्निंग। और एक बार बोलते हैं ना अच्छे से, गुड मॉर्निंग। किस किसने योगा किया आज सुबह? ब्रेकफास्ट तो किया है कि वो भी नहीं किया? नहीं किया? किया है ना? गुड, क्योंकि आज का दिन काफी लंबा जाने वाला है। सो वी विल स्टार्ट विथ आवर फर्स्ट सेशन टुडे, understanding needs of the user, ergonomics, evaluation and testing. This session will be till 11:45. So and it will be taken by Dr. Santosh Kumar. He is a professor in IIT BHU. His areas of interests are metal forming, CAD/CAM, additive manufacturing and manufacturing automation, machine tools and unconventional manufacturing, integrated product design and development. So I guess all of you should take out your notebooks and just inform your friends who have not reached to reach as soon as possible. I hope all the faculties are present with your teams, teachers. थोड़ा आप कॉल करके सबको बुला लीजिए एक बार ना. Thank you. Sir?
So
we can start?
Okay. Start.
So we'll start.
So thank you, the organizers of this particular boot camp, and all participants, those are participating, especially young participant, faculty members, ladies and girls, and all other in this hall. This particular talk is focused on the ergonomics, especially product design development process. So you all might be knowing the role of product design, because the newcomers, those are participating for their new ideas, new product, to go for some startup. That may be useful, because from an idea that has a market, future market, then how to go to succeed in the business is the very important key point. So ergonomics is the one which we do not understand what is ergonomics, but it is very simple. We always ignore. Lot of theories are available on the other aspect, product design, development and all that, but the ergonomics you will find very little information available, because it is a very particular, in the sense it is directly concerned with the initial phases, not only initial phases, in between, middle phase, as well as the till end. So if you ignore it, it gives a major setback, it may give, if you ignore the ergonomics. So let us start with to understand what is ergonomics. And so if you see, the ergonomics is what? Is very simple. It's a the something which is going to fit in the worker's ease. See, because the worker, you can say the customer, or if some product is going to the worker, so how does it fit to the and if it is at shop floor, then how does it fit to a worker? Say the worker is handling a machine, if the machine has not a proper handling and all that, so it may not fit. So no matter what work you do, so it is all class. So ergonomics, it is a very general. So if you do not take care, it will result some type of loss of your business, loss of the product aesthetics and many things. So it has a very important role in, even it may, if it is not properly designed, then it may result into injury also. It may result into illness if you are not careful, if you are using some, suppose you are using some medicine, and if the medicine is not designed properly, so it will cause you harm. And the varieties of setting, that in the office, if the office design is not proper, then you feel discomfort, you will feel tiredness and all that. And in laboratory, if the laboratory is not well organized, well properly lightened, or your tables, chairs are not properly ergonomically designed, then that may result into, similarly for the patient and the industrial work spaces, all where you are sitting, where the officer is sitting or worker is sitting, all that matters. So you will find that ergonomics is a science. So it's a science. You cannot ignore it. You should not ignore it, and it's a practice also of designing jobs and workplace to match the capabilities and limitations on the human body, because our body is very limited. Our bones has a strength, our postures, if we do not sleep properly in a proper posture, we result into pain like that. So that is all because it has some value, how to maintain the thing. So you will find that the ergonomics may be related to a product, like you are going to for a future product. It may be agriculture product, it may be automobile product, or anything. It may be related to task. For an example, if you are teaching, if you are in class, if you are sitting on the if it is in the class, your chair is not proper. So you, after few minutes, you feel discomfort, pain. So like that is also related to your task, all kind of tasks. Suppose the sweeper don't have a proper sweeping tool, so that may also result. So your shoe, if it is shoe is not, so you generally feel discomfort. No, so that is all related to your task. Similarly, the job, for any kind of job, workplace where it is, that one. And then the human-centric design. If your design is not human-centric, like if you have a kid, just 2 months, 3 months kid, if you don't have proper sleeping posture or sleeping pad, so that may cause problem to that. Or elderly person, if elderly person has a different way, so if you use some stick, a bad design, then you will see that sleeping may be there, or improper height if it is there. So all that matters. Then the organizations, big organizations where the workplace, offices are there. In the offices, the tables with computer and peripherals are there. If it is not properly managed, so that also matters. You will not be able to work for longer hours. And then environment also. If you see the environment, if you throw everything, so it will be damaging to the environment. So to be friendly with that environment, your product should be careful, designed for environment. So there is a term which comes as design for environment. So design in such a way that it goes to the environment safely, it gets digested in the environment, and then otherwise plastic, the plastic uses, right? So these are some of the area that is tasked to. So ergonomics, you will see it concerned with the physical things, like physically when you do repetitive job, when you have a posture, if you are not sitting on the proper posture, then you will feel pain and all that. If you are not handling proper loads, like laborers, they pick bricks and all that. If you are not handling it properly, then also you will suffer in long period. You will have a damage to your tissues, bones and all that. Similarly, there is a cognitive ergonomics, which if you do not take care of, if you do not take break in between the things and with proper posture and all that, then you will have problem, you will have stress. Ability to decide what to do or what not to do. So that is also a matter of ergonomics, because what to decide, because depending on your facilities and all that you should decide, and what not to decide. So that is also a part. It's an interesting part. And the mental load, people are very much loaded with thoughts and all that, and so that you see your whole body suffers, your blood circulation suffers, and chemical formation which occurs, and therefore there are a lot of pain and all that. So that also this area falls into the cognitive ergonomics. And the third is the organizational ergonomics, that work organization, as I mentioned, the placement of that, sitting posture, sitting arrangement, and the circulation of air, light, all those things are part of ergonomics. Work online, now you are handling the work, so in which sequence work should come, all that matters here. And work group, there is a group. When you work in industry or organization, you are working together with a group. So that is also a part of proper designing requires ergonomics. So like if you do not care these designs, so you may suffer hazards, like see if you handle this way, so here this portion may get pain or stress, overloaded. Similarly here, if you are not passing the things properly, then your hands, imbalanced hands may also suffer pain. Like here designer, see at the design stage, if the design is not taken care in the product, then you will see you have to, suppose you are using this machine, so this would like to have people would like to have like this using it. Now if the improper design, then you have to just slow down yourself, and then you will have different problems. So there are risks if it is improper design. So there may be a awkward working posture, there could be static postures, there could be forceful exteriors, and there may be repetitive movements, there may be pace of work. If you want to do very fast, and your tool is not designed for that, then also you will have a problem. For an example, if you move your bicycle very fast, so which is not designed. The bicycles are designed for a speed range. If you go, and that is how you have a sports bicycle, that is designed for high speed. Then you have a mountain bicycle like that. So that is the thing to be there. So pace of work, point pressure. If you want to do something very fast, very quick, very heavy, then the product should be designed in a different way. Temperature extremes. Our body is comfortable, temperature extreme is there. If you are out of it, then what to do? So that is there. And then the vibration. If suppose vibration also, it does not appear immediately, but it causes a lot of injury for long run. If you are not driving your car properly or scooter, then you will suffer a lot of diseases at the later stage. So there are 5 features of ergonomics. Very important 5 features, that you have aesthetic. When you design, aesthetic is very important, because the customer would like a good look. Aesthetic relates to look. And then second is your comfort. It should be comfortable. It is not like if you are handling the product, you get some acme or you get some pin, see, uneasy handling. So that is the comfort. Things should be comfortable. Like then ease of use, and while you use the product, it should be easily could be handled. Easily, it should not give you tiredness, or it should not give you some problem in eyes and all that. So that is also a part. And the productivity. The product should give out a good productivity. Means for the purpose which it has been made, that purpose should be fulfilled. And then the fourth is safety. It should be safe. If it is not safe, then there is nobody would buy. So you will find that ergonomic has lot of things. If you see, the ergonomics relates to work, comfort, pain, all those things, and the central point of ergonomics is business. If your product is not good on these five front, then nobody will buy. So you will fail. Whatever effort you have made while you are at the beginning phase, idea phase, it will go useless because nobody will buy. If you can remember the case of this Tata Nano car, it was conceived very well and it was conceived for 1 lakh rupees, but very good design, but now who asks? It is out of the market, only few years. Now the cost is also 2.5 lakh today. So why? What is the reason? Its ergonomic is good, but all the things has not been taken care. Safety is not taken care properly. Means, see, what is the problem with Nano? Aesthetic. Aesthetic is all right, it is acceptable, but safety is not there. See, it get fire because the engine is at the back, and the engine. That is good. Marketing is not problem, but when it goes to the hands of the customer, when the utilization starts, then things appear, na? So why it failed? Because most of the car got fire, because it was not, the engine was not designed for long run. So if you are driving for 500 kilometers, so the engine gets burned. Most often it happens. And the strength also. So that is the ergonomics again. Mostly it has been taken, but the safety was not taken. So you will find that ergonomics, the major role is that it should not result any kind of injury. If some fire is there, like your mobile, you are using batteries. If you have excess charging, it gets fire. So now people take care of to design in such a way that you have a proper jacketing and all that, so fire does not, even if it is 24 hours in the charging. So that's all to be taken care. And the varieties of setting, like office setting, how you do, laboratory setting, and the patient care. You go to the doctor's clinic, suppose if you have, doctor want to check, so that is, it requires a setup. Not like just sitting in a casual way, that will not give you, because it may cause pain. And the way you want to detect the disease, you may not be able to do that properly. So industrial, so the different aspect as I mentioned, like here the safety, like if you see that seat belt, then if you see the comfort, so comfort to very comfortable sofa, if you remember. Then ease of use, can you use a car easily? Then productivity, so you have to produce more. Suppose you have some machine, typing machine, it should be making as a very high speed, it should be able. If it is not doing that, then the design is not proper. And similarly aesthetic, a good look. Now the bicycle, at the last I will show you, the bicycle development is how old? We will see at the end. So how it is important, that we will see. So you will see the ergonomic if you have to take care, then you have to consider the design, you have to also consider the sustainability. Say you have designed plastics, but so dangerous today. So for the animals, for the fishes, for the other things, they die because of consuming. So that is not a design. Now people are talking about a plastic which can be biodegradable plastic like that. Sustainable means, say your computer chips should be sustainable. After use, if it is dumped to the soil, it should get digested. So that is not a good design. So then the design for all. So see, if you design for few people, that is not enough. You design for all, means and that's how you will be able to sell it in the local market, at the national market, at the international market. If you see the China product, they think in that way. Then the safety in the health sector, say mostly the health where it should be safe. Like if you are, lot of healthcare products has come in market now, but you have to think over the safety of it. Similarly, the security and all other things. So all these things are very important. So what you require to have a better ergonomics? Like for here, this is the workplace here. See, if you are sitting like this, your spinal cord is not aligned. See, so you will have a pain at this region. If you are, so this is slouching, and then the haunching. If you are sitting like this, then also, so both posture is not correct. And for the posture, who is responsible? Person is responsible, or this table or computer is responsible? Yes. So the person, if person do not know how to sit, then at least the product should be designed that it has to be used like that. So that, therefore, it is very important. So these can lead to neck pain, low back pain, tense shoulders, poor circulation in leg, eye strain. You see, if you sit on computer, laptop, after a few hours you feel discomfort. So it is not designed for that. The screen, it creates glare in eye. So that should not be there. So what to do? So the head should be like this. So this is the right posture. So you see, your spinal cord is now here, properly posed, and then so here, so your head should be aligned like this. This is the 30-degree angle. Then you can work for longer periods. So your neck should be like here. It should be. Then your elbow should be 90 to 80 degree. This one. Then your chair should be like also. Then sitting posture. That is what is there. So every 30 minutes you have to change the posture. You may just stand up for a few seconds and then again you do. People use laptop while sleeping, just like so. Don't do that. That is not designed for that. If you want to use, then there you have to use another device for placing. So the chair height should be of this side. If the height is not proper, then also you will feel problem. So it is 92 like that. Then the mouse which you are using, that also has a ergonomic design, and the keyboard likewise. So your eyes should be like, so you have to be careful about all these things. So you will see the ergonomics uses anthropometrial data. It uses a data for the optimal size, shape and form, so that it is easier for people to use, and that's how you have to identify which user characteristics one has to take into account during the design process. So there may be many characteristics that you have to focus, but you prioritize, number one characteristic should be there. so that you can, out of the priorities, you form the function 1, function 2, like that, primary function, secondary function, like that. And so the job design is also important, and how are you fitting the job so that it is comfortable to the worker is also matter. And that's how you will see the space, material, pedagogical parameters, organizational environment also to be adjusted in view of the workers' safety, easiness and all that for the optimal performance. You expect maximum performance from the worker, so for that it should be designed like that. So the product fit to the people. So the product has to fit to the people. People should not fit to the product. So that is how it has to come, and therefore there is a lot of role of ergonomics in product design. Okay, so it has a, as I said, it has a science, that is the tailoring a workspace, how you design. It's a pure science. Detail we will not see, but some of the things we will see. And then it also combines the psychology, engineering, statistics, anatomy, physiology information, all these things bring together to have a ergonomic consideration. So like for an example, if you take a ideal, what should be the ideal seating? So the ergonomics is a practice of arranging of design items for workplace, systems and people around. So the product or workplace should be designed in that way, so that you have a you say there is a customized design also. Customized design means some special class of people. For example, if you have a wheelchair, so wheelchair are different users uses different way. So the one who is paralyzed from this portion bottom, the other who is paralyzed from the upper portion, so the wheelchair would be different. The person who is has some problem in one leg, so that is, there are wheelchairs for sports. A person who is not able to walk properly, whether that can use a wheelchair and still can play a volleyball like that. So wheelchairs are designed for different to them. So there are some guidelines for creating ergonomics, proper ergonomics for product. So these guidelines, like you have to consider priorities, like, so you consider who is your target market, which market you are, the local market you are considering, or as your national market you are considering, or international market you are, what is your target, who is your customer, so it will matter, because locally local test is there. Then similarly national, there is a national test, and the international has a different test. You can see a railway station which is nearby a village. How does it look like? Similarly, if you see a national railway station, like if you see, so it has a different. Now if you see a international, it has a different. So because it is focused to the target market. Then what do the design of competitor look like? If you are doing something new product, you feel that there is no competitor, so you try to find out the competitor first. So means looking for the competitor means looking for the product which is being there in the market. You have to produce a better one, then only you will be able to sell, otherwise you will not be able to sell. Is it? So when you decide that, no, it is already there a wheelchair, so I have to design a wheelchair which I could sell. So think in that way. So that's how the competitors, there are wheelchair, there are 25 designs are available. So you have to beat all those designs, no? Then only then you will be able to sell. Because now the market, you have a two type of market. There is another which is online market is also there. So everything you can show on the, so that is better. So that challenging, very challenging it is. Then what have previous complaint been? So if you are, so try, see the competitor is one. Now with the competitor, what has been the complaints? Your customer complaint. So you take it. If you can solve it, then you will be able to have a better design. Then, so when you go for a better design, looking into the ergonomics especially, you have to understand the need, because every new design, like corona period, the vaccine came. Earlier the virus structure was not known. If you remember, so if nothing is known, how you will design a medicine or vaccine? So first there was a lot of time, so all over world people in laboratories, they could see the structure of the corona. Then they could understand how does it attack, how does it happening. Then only they can thought, a vaccine should be like that. So need is the very important. Then there is a need. If there is no need, no customer. You are not able to solve the customer's need. Then you will not be able to sell. So you have to identify the customer and the need of actual need, not impose. People usually think that I know everything, so I will design, then it will be sold. No, it is not like that. You have to go to the door of customer, try to ask what you require. Then only you will be able to, so you understand the need, then try to formulate the problem. If to looking into the need, what I should do so that I can fulfill the need. I can solve the pain of customer. That is what is the very important, to identify the problem and then formulate the problem. So all function, what function you want to add to the product to solve the need, and then identify the function, and then only, so there is a huge process. You might be knowing this process. So idea generation, once you have the need and function, then you can have idea, and then you have a screening. So for same solution you may have number of ideas. This way also can be done, that way also can be done, but you screen out which one will be the, so there is a method of screening, and then you develop the concept, and then only you have to start the concept, how to design it so that it is fulfilling the need. And then you will, once you have developed it, tested it, then you go for the market, business analysis. So before concept development, you have to go to the market, you have to contact to the customer. See, I am doing like this, will it be okay for you? So different ways of, you do the interviews, do call, take the literatures, to take the other facilities which is already there. So and then you analyze, and then you go for the product development. So you will see that this portion, it is around 70% of the time of product development. Then again, then when you have started making the product, then you have to market and test again. Like the nano car, when they were contacting to the people, roadside show, so test ride, all those things are this market testing. Say test ride, you develop a bike, good bike, so you place it a test ride to the customer. So you will see. Then you can have, you think of, take the feedback from the customer, again improve the thing, and then finally once you have done all the processes, then you can go for the commercialization or manufacturing or production of the thing. So you will see there are a lot of factors that affect the product design. So these factors are, it requires the function, what function you are going to put in the product, for what culture you are. See, the same bicycle used in India, will it fit there in other country? There is always change. So culture is also there. So fashion, aesthetics, color, shape, size, then company identity, the way you are putting the logos, all these things also matters. Industrial production, whether it is a single item or batch production or continuous or just in time or mass manufacturing you are thinking. Then the customer specification, what the customer want, and the question and survey you have conducted with the survey. You have collected the need, and then like that. Then materials. Material also requires, whether you are using a plastic, whether you are using a wood or metal, that also matters. Then the ergonomics part, shape and size. So as I said, there are 5 aspects of ergonomics. Then the cost is also very important. What is the manufacturing cost, and how would be, in how much profit you will be taking and how much it will come to the customer. So, and then the environment, you see the environment, it should be safe to the environment. Now you see some of the product. So it is a design with a good ergonomics. Like here, see something to hanging, then this one. This is a wheelchair. This is a very good design of wheelchair. See, wheelchair basically person has to on his own sitting there. So comfortable sitting. Suppose the both legs are very weak, you cannot on own. So this design is for them. It is very easy, even the very loose. Even the paralytic people with hand support, they can sit on it. So that's the design. So here, see, this is another one, which is a bed. It's a curved one, because see here, this is your the portion where your this spinal cord comes. So it is taken care of it. So this one. So you will find that when you do it, product design, you have to clarify the task, then concept, then the embodiment, and then the detailing of the design. So it's a process. So all these steps are very long. So it has to roll into the 3 way, that is the exploration, generation and evaluation. So all these things you have to explore, generate and evaluate. Without evaluation you cannot do. Design is never done without evaluation. And then only you will have a good solution. So basically, ergonomics, you will see that it's a interdisciplinary. It is not a single discipline, like you have a mathematical science also there, because design is there, simulations are there. And then physical sciences, where you have to use mechanics, dynamics and all that, optics, bio methodologies, biochemistry, and then the biological sciences, because a lot of physiology and environmental anatomy, bio medicines and the societal or sociological sciences, where the industrial psychology, experimental psychology, and industrial, all aspects are, so it is a multidisciplinary. It has engineering, it has art also, aesthetics and all that, it comes through the art. So it is a multidisciplinary. So you will see the cognition is very important. The most important part is the cognition. Cognition means how do we understand? How do we try to understand? Cognition has a ergonomics. Say cognitive ergonomics is one area of ergonomics where it deals with the mechanical sciences, consumer sciences, psychophysics, computer science, cognitive science, management science, neuroscience, human psychology and human physiology. So all these things comes under cognitive ergonomics, and if you see the area wise, then these are the area where it can be applied, like in fashion design, emotional product design, and all that, visual communication. So these area, if you are matured enough, if you are able to put in your product in this way, you can compete for different applications. Let us see some of the examples of good product design, which is where ergonomics has been taken care. Like so, basically, these design you have to design for comfort. Very important. First thing, comfort. Then safety, ease of use, and enjoyment. So 4 things should always be there. It should be, say, when you are sitting on the chair, it should be enjoyable. Say, likewise, now the flexible back is there, so that sometimes you can just have a change of posture. So that is what is there. So you will see that some of the example, let us see, when you take care in design of ergonomics with respect to the comfort, safety, ease of use and enjoyment, or then you can have these things. Like here, this is one of the, you can have a desk. So here, generally this is very popular in hospitals now. So the height of this you can change. This is a kind of table. So the height you can change, because a fixed height table is always there. Say if this table is there, it is fixed table. Suppose sometimes if you want to use a little bit height, because in between you have to change the posture, sometimes like this the height should go up, sometimes then, so that it's, and now you see here, this is actually table, it is not visible properly. So here you can have either down or, so that's a one design. So this is a ergonomic desk. Here it is another monitor, Asus monitor. So it is a gaming monitor where you can rotate this one. The screen you can rotate slightly. You can do up and down. You can rotate it, and so that is a 4 major point that has been taken care. And then it's a computer mouse. It's a Microsoft Sculpt ergonomic. So here you will not see, when you take the mouse, after some time you feel pain. So this avoids, because the finger and all that, the ergonomics has been taken care. So this is a Sculpt ergonomic mouse, you can see on the net, it is available. And then here, if you see this case, it is a computer keyboard, Microsoft, again same combination it comes. So here it is a some kind of surface, it has a surface, it's not a flat. And you can remove this one, this is the numbered one. So you can put it here, you can remove it here. So that's a different design, and it has a surface. so it is easy to put it hand. And this is another office chair. See, this is the chair which has a back which touches with your spinal cord, and it fits into the curvature. So that, see, this design and this design, this is what is the a chair, a special chair, and see here, this is what is the document holding. You can put your laptop also here. So office document holder you have to put like this, mostly office. So here you can change the height, angle and all that. So this is, and then you have another one like here, it's a cancelling headset. So here the headset with microphone which will cancel the because sometimes there is a echo. So it is designed in a way that it is comfortable, also it cancels. So it's another design. Then here it is a mobile grip. So having a camera control for a smartphone. So this is the pin you can press and you can have. And then there is another design which is a vacuum cleaner. So this vacuum cleaner you will have a different things. Say you have to clean a thin portion, you have to put it on sofa or something like that. So all the fittings are already there in the set, you will see. And it can be rolled on the surface, it can be rolled on cloth and all that. So it's a special design of vacuum cleaner, keeping in view of your ergonomics. Similarly, a shoe, this is the stretching shoe which has a different contour, and inside also comfort, because if you see the shoe, now the shoes are very costly, 5,000, 6,000 shoes. Why? Because ergonomically designed. So you feel comfort. Light, very high strength, longer period you can use, and it is comfort. There is sometimes there is air circulation also. So there is no smell like for longer period of usage. Similarly, here is a foot support for the chair. So special design. There are plain wood also you can, so that will not work because it's so this is a changeable. Here you can change the angle of this foot support. Then there is a holder, the computer arm holder. You can put your computer here and you can attach with anywhere. You can rotate it. So that's something which has a good ergonomics. So there are some tips of good ergonomics, like safety tips, comfort tips, and ease of. So like number one is that consider ergonomics at very early design process. It is, don't say that I will take the ergonomics at the, then you are losing the things. You always keep ergonomics to be very important in the beginning of your design process. For an example, this is, you think over this one chair. Then consider the ergonomics early in the design, as I mentioned. Find your target customer before considering. Now you think for whom you are going to design. See, if the customer is, how many types of customers are there? Have you come across? There are 6-7 types of customers. So, as a say middle class customer, VIP customer, VVIP customer, lower middle class customer, average customer. So same thing you have to design focusing to whom? Because cost will change. So that also you have to see in the very beginning. Then you find out the statistical data from the customer relating to the previous product version. See, every customer is using something, so you try to find out what is being used either from your competitor product, then you take care of it, keep those things in your mind while designing. Then I think some overlap. So you have to see the inspiration of design, from where you inspire. Whatever you are designing, are you getting some inspiration from nature? So if you take, because nature is very intelligent, if you take inspiration from nature and then design, then it will be very good for you. Then find out what common problems customer have got, they have come across while using you note it down. And then you have don't try to repeat the design. So you may sometimes require redesign of the existing market product. So, but don't try to do that. And also try to find out flaw in it, but don't try to see that there is a flaw. You try to see something, the actual need of the customer, because the need of the customer also varies with time. Today the same customer is using, tomorrow he needs more. So that is how we call it as a delighted customer. Your product should be for delighted customer. Your product, if it is utilized, the customer should be delighted. Means whatever you have designed, you are giving more than that the customer expects. That is what is called as delighted customer. So that only if you want to have, then ergonomic is very, very important part apart from that. Then you have ensure that the team understand the basics of ergonomics. This one, look at ways to negate these flaws. See, their product has some flaws, na? Like if you have a bicycle, some bicycle, there is some flaw, and that flaw will change from customer to customer. For an example, if I am using a stand in it, now earlier stand was middle one. You have to put and then you put it like this. But now what is that? It's just very simple, na? So there has been some flaw in the earlier stand. That's how the second came. Now there could be still some flaw that it will result into the another product. So that is how it means that look at the way negate these flaws. So if there, so why, what was there? Because there was a spring, there was very tight, it was taking too much force. So try to understand the flaw, and then that is what is the meaning. Then the ergonomic is a subject. As I said, different types of ergonomics. It is a science, so it's a full subject. So one should know the whole theory of it, the detailing of it. If you just simply, and that is how there are experts in ergonomics. You have to consult just like a doctor. So ergonomical design product, you should consult proper, like you design a new house first, so you go to where you go for house building, architect, you go to the architect. Na? Similarly, if you want to have a design, you have thought of a product, then better to consult a ergonomics people, expert also in the beginning. Then create product design goals to give focus and drive. What is your goal? Goal of the product. that you focus. If your goal is not clear, then your product will never succeed, and ergonomic will not have any value then, if you have not set the goal. Then create the product prototypes to test ergonomic. Now once you have decided, you have kept the ergonomics, and that what is the next one? You make it prototype. So now easily you can make 3D printing of it, and then test it. Is it? On the CAD model itself you can make those changes of the ergonomic design and all that, then make the 3D print, test it. So that's create prototype. And then conventional design are not always ergonomic, so go against it. So conventional, if you have, don't follow the convention which is going on, try to see out of the box. What should be the center when you design out of the box? Center should be customer. And customer analysis, if you have not done properly, then because some of the customers, they will not be able to speak what they really want. So you have to take it from the different method of what actually they want to have. Then do not compromise to create a product that is cheap to produce. Don't consider cost. When you are designing it, a new product or thinking of new, don't initially think of a cost. Cost should go at the end. How would you reduce the cost? That is a different issue. But your focus should be customer need. So these are some tips. So you can improve the product design with ergonomic approach. So like you determine the optimal shape and size, form, then determine what is the easiest to produce design. So there is a easy to manufacture. Easy to manufacture is one very important. It is not like that if you are manufacturing it, a particular design while you are going to manufacture, if it is very costly, then it is no use. So design should be very simple, very compact, which can be produced easily at low cost. Then identify suitable characteristics that should be considered during design. So what are the main features that customer want? You always put in front. Then identify the potential area of innovation that will revolutionize the design. Some of the focus which will change the market, that also you have to see. A focus could be cost also, but cost is never a major hurdle. Cost should always be kept at the very last. Then improve the comfort and performance of the comfort and performance is very important, because any product is designed for a period, that is the service period. If it breaks, it fails before that, nobody will buy it. So it should be comfortable and improve the overall viability of the product to the end customer. So it should be easily available also, viable also. It is not that it is not available in the market. So that is also one point. So for an example, this is a robot. This is a, so if you design keeping all these things way, so you can improve the design. Like now I will come to the how to make a good ergonomics design, especially office chairs and all that. So some of the, because it's not a easy task. You have to measure the dimensions of the average customer, posture, average posture, the science of anatomy one should know. Then once you keep those things, then design, ergonomic design becomes easier. So for an example, if you see that the physical pain has to be avoided. So office chair, if you see, like here, this is a mostly very common for the boys and children. So how can a designer adopt a user-centered approach to design? Because this will go to a different class of children. A class in the village, a class in the cities, a class in the all that, and the handling they handle in a different way. So design should be such that it can be covered for all. So see, it is the both hands should be used. It should not always be using one hand. So then again, if you see here, age related. If the aged people want to use something, a mobile, so the physiological issues comes into picture. So that physiology you have to keep into mind, and then also the psychological issues are to be addressed. So now you see the letters are very big. Why? Because it has to utilize by, and see this is the white one. Why not other color? Yes. It should glow in night also. So that is how these are the very simple things that has to be taken. The screen and the size, it should not be small, it should be bigger one. For if it has to be used people above 80 or above 70 like that. So it has a different thing. But here when around the children say 7 to 12 years they are using, then it should be different design. See the posture, you will keep it like this, like so. It has a different design. Like this one I have now. See, this is the one office. This is a ergonomically designed one. See, at the same table you can put your this one, which is at a proper angle. This angle is designed like that, and this you can change a little bit as per your comfort, like here, so all these things, and then the phone also. This is the office setup, one ergonomically designed tools, peripheral. Then you see here, now when you design, you have to do lot of experiment. When you are using it, what is this? Joystick. So joystick, when you are handling like this and sitting on a chair, so lot of vibration. So you see there is some sensor when you are using it. So you have a stress. So at what angle, if you are using, sitting on the posture on the particular chair, then you generate you are collecting the data of forces, stresses. So that will help you to set the design in the product. Like here, if you have a mall, then you are to design the workplace around it. So how it has to be placed? Because if people, those are serving in a mall, number of times he has to take the product here, there, like that. So if the things are not placed properly, then again problem will be there. Similarly, holding. If you are holding like this, you will have a pain. So what to have there? So there are special back chair attached with this part. So those designs are also there. So wherever you hold, you just sit it like that, and the chair comes, and then you move. So the force will not be, otherwise this force directly comes over here. And then the cognitive like one. So cognitive ergonomics, where the different applications for it comes here. So like if you see the good posture and good design, like monitor at a angle, it should be like here, this is a straight one, the keyboard should be at proper place. See, it is totally at an angle here. Adjust the monitor. Now this monitor should you can change little bit. Earlier it was fixed, now it is changeable. And also your feet should be firmly on the floor. This, you can change the height, that also, and you can rotate also sometimes. So that is what is required for comfortable sitting for longer period. Because longer period you always keep on changing the posture, so that product should have ability to adopt those postures. So you will find that what is wrong for such office design. So here the things are right. Head should be straight, shoulder should be like this. So that, now you see here, that is how this support, it is a spring loaded. Now I can go like this sometimes. Then I can, because when I feel pain, then I can have bend like. So this should be there in the product, this chair. The feet also I can change. And the type of material, that is the monitor and all. So all here it is all wrong. Just see, it is improper. Proper cushion is not there. Feet is not aligned properly. So all these things are wrong. So this is properly ergonomic design is kept in the product. Here it is not. See this chair and this chair. Similarly, when you are, so you have to pick like this. Don't do anything in hurry. Do it proper way, balanced way. Not on leg pick like this. You always pick like this. So this way, while you are studying also on the chair, so you have to be like this, not like this. So this is wrong way of sitting. This is the correct way of. Similarly here, chair, desk, monitor, keyboard, surrounding also matters. Your room aesthetics, color, air circulation, lighting, all these things also part of your office. And then you see here, if you bend like this, your spinal cord has a injury. You will have a injury, in early injury you will have. So this is the right way. So now you see, this is the proper office ergonomically designed product. Now you see, this has changeable, this you can change, this you can, and this is the view. Here you have a fixed view, if it is. So you can sometimes here you can, now if you move like this way, so your bones, neck bones will be exercising. So that is a same thing here, this similar to this. So it is a wrong way, this is the correct way. Now this is the correct, this is not, this is the wrong way, this is the wrong way, this is almost correct. See? So lifting, how to lift also. So this is the correct way. This is not a proper way, this is not a proper way. See, holding and moving, then you see this is all wrong way, this is the correct way. See, when you try to do balance, not the stress comes on one side of the body, it should be balanced. So this is the proper work station, you can say, for the good ergonomics. If you have a because all these products will be costlier. If you want to avoid it, you can still use the same facility that you have, but with proper adjustment. So likewise here you can adjust. So this is the one design. See, it has a curve, that is, and see, it is a perforated to pass the air also. It is very light, and this all, see, this is the where you put your hand. It has a contour here. So likewise you can slide this. You can sometimes slide the seat back end. So that is what is the part of ergonomics. Very important part. So this is an office where ergonomically, see these effect of these things and all that, color combination, and these tables. See, this table is round here because your files and all that should be in a proper place. So that is also part of. Now I take an example. See, bicycle. See, these bicycles, development of bicycle. So you will see that 1810 design, 25 design. Now you see here, different designs it has been done at different parts of the world, right? 2016 here. Do you feel that up to this 1950 there was anything word ergonomics? There was nothing. Ergonomic people were not thinking of, and that is how they kept on changing. They kept on changing. Now you see that this is a modern design, because people thought ergonomics little bit. Now this is another design, modern design. This is modern design. So what change is it here? Because now these are ergonomically designed bicycles. If you sit here, you will have a very comfortable, very low load. The paddling force will be very less. And this is the folding one. Now you can fold it to your office, come with very light. Now this is also a bicycle. This is one wheel and this is another wheel, but it is all closed, very light. So if there is a rain, you can save. If there is a wind, you can have save. So it is a different focus for a customer. Some elderly person. So that you see, even the design today of bicycle is varying, is still today varying. Why? Because customer is varying. Customer requirement is varying. So you always remember that when you do design, it is never permanent. It will not. So if you keep on changing the design as per the customer, then only you will survive in the market. This I will skip. So you will see that ergonomics matter a lot. It's a much important today, and it has a you cannot ignore this. You cannot ignore ergonomics now, otherwise you will be out of the business. And there is a ergonomic design process which has a class which is called as industrial design. It has a different tools, function, and there is a human centric design. That is how the human centric design, ergonomically designed. So that is also, and so there are tools for designing. So ergonomic design, when you do, there are some tools like you have a 3D modeling, you have a sketching, form models, form prototype, functional prototypes, and other things. Then biometric sensors. The example I gave you to have the sense to get the data so that you can put into the ergonomics design. So that is also there. Force, pressure dimensional changes and motion capture. Motion capture is also a part before design. So what actually happens while the motion is there on the product, and then you do. So try to get the best result when you do all the things, because the experience, this experience, product once it comes into the market, actual test is there. How the customer react, the feedback, take the feedback in positive way, try to incorporate in the next design. So that's how the things goes on. So in conclusion, I would say that there are workplace ergonomics, where you have a home office ergonomics, office industrial ergonomics, program audits, training programs. Additional, I will continue. Pardon? Acha, round. Okay, sure. Okay. Yes. No. So now tea is waiting for you. We will have a, just after this, we will have break and then we will again start. There are two parts. One is the basics of ergonomics, and then there is the second one where you have how you design, what is the training is required. So the practical aspect we will cover in the next one. So you will see that workplace design, these are all important. Similarly, the product ergonomics will have usability, research and testing, product certification, user education. Say product certification means that once you have finalized your design, you have to take approval from the government. You have to get the certificate of your design. You have to take the license of it. So that here. Then laboratory. See, you have to conduct tests. So there are some test methods, lab services. Then training programs that covers the ergonomic committees, managers, supervisor, that they deal with the ergonomic design. Then trainers and evaluations, employee awareness, all those things, programs are also there. And then the experience, there are expert people in ergonomic design, the customers, and there are testimonials, different testimonials, and that is how we'll have now tea. Thank you.
खबर जहाँ सीधा जोड़े आपण को आम साथी जहाँ आपण जीवन उपरे पकाए प्रभाव खबर से छवि जहाँ बिना बदलाई बिना डरी सत्यर स्लोगान नहीं सत्य देखा आम प्रतिश्रुतिबद्ध जनता साथी रही जनता हित पाई लड़ू आमे आमे होचु जनता टीवी भारत जनता साथी रे जनता हितरे खबर जहाँ सीधा जोड़े आपण को आम साथी जहाँ आपण जीवन उपरे पकाए प्रभाव खबर से छवि जहाँ बिना बदलाई बिना डरी सत्यर स्लोगान नहीं सत्य देखा आम प्रतिश्रुतिबद्ध जनता साथी रही जनता हित पाई लड़ू आमे आमे होचु जनता टीवी भारत जनता साथी रे जनता हितरे खबर जहाँ सीधा जोड़े आपण को आम साथी जहाँ आपण जीवन उपरे पकाए प्रभाव खबर से छवि जहाँ बिना बदलाई बिना डरी सत्यर स्लोगान नहीं सत्य देखा आम प्रतिश्रुतिबद्ध जनता साथी रही जनता हित पाई लड़ू आमे आमे होचु जनता टीवी भारत जनता साथी रे जनता हितरे खबर जहाँ सीधा जोड़े आपण को आम साथी जहाँ आपण जीवन उपरे पकाए प्रभाव खबर से छवि जहाँ बिना बदलाई बिना डरी सत्यर स्लोगान नहीं सत्य देखा आमे प्रतिश्रुतिबद्ध जनता साथी रही जनता हित पाई लड़ू आमे होचु जनता टीवी भारत जनता साथी रे जनता हित रे खबर जहाँ सीधा जोड़े आपण को आम साथी जहाँ आपण जीवन उपरे पकाए प्रभाव खबर से छवि जहाँ बिना बदलाई बिना डरी सत्यर स्लोगान नहीं सत्य देखा आमे प्रतिश्रुतिबद्ध जनता साथी रही जनता हित पाई लड़ू आमे होचु जनता टीवी भारत जनता साथी रे जनता हित रे खबर जहाँ सीधा जोड़े आपण को आम साथी जहाँ आपण जीवन उपरे पकाए प्रभाव खबर से छवि जहाँ बिना बदलाई बिना डरी सत्यर स्लोगान नहीं सत्य देखा आमे प्रतिश्रुतिबद्ध जनता साथी रही जनता हित पाई लड़ू आमे होचु जनता टीवी भारत जनता साथी रे जनता हित रे जहाँ सीधा जोड़े आपण को आम साथी जहाँ आपण जीवन उपरे पकाए प्रभाव खबर से छवि जहाँ बिना बदलाई बिना डरी सत्यर स्लोगान नहीं सत्य देखा आमे प्रतिश्रुतिबद्ध जनता साथी रही जनता हित पाई लड़ू आमे आमे होचु जनता टीवी भारत जनता साथी रे जनता हितरे खबर जहाँ सीधा जोड़े आपण को आम साथी जहाँ आपण जीवन उपरे पकाए प्रभाव खबर से छवि जहाँ बिना बदलाई बिना डरी सत्यर स्लोगान नहीं सत्य देखा आमे प्रतिश्रुतिबद्ध जनता साथी रही जनता हित पाई लड़ू आमे आमे होचु जनता टीवी भारत जनता साथी रे जनता हितरे खबर जहाँ सीधा जोड़े आपण को आम साथी जहाँ आपण जीवन उपरे पकाए प्रभाव खबर से छवि जहाँ बिना बदलाई बिना डरी सत्यर स्लोगान नहीं सत्य देखा आमे प्रतिश्रुतिबद्ध जनता साथी रही जनता हित पाई लड़ू आमे आमे होचु जनता टीवी भारत जनता साथी रे जनता हितरे खबर जहाँ सीधा जोड़े आपण को आम साथी जहाँ आपण को जीवन उपरे पकाए प्रभाव खबर से छवि जहाँ बिना बदलाई बिना डरी सत्यर स्लोगान नहीं सत्य देखा आमे प्रतिश्रुतिबद्ध जनता साथी रही जनता हित पाई लड़ू आमे होचु जनता टीवी भारत जनता साथी रे जनता हित रे
developing a new product. Then the another one which is of more concern, understanding the need of the user ergonomics, evaluation and testing. Say you have kept the design, ergonomic design in your product, but that is not enough. The users, those are the users of the product, they have to evaluate, and in due course of time they are going to the user, main user, so they will be testing it. That performance it has to pass, then only you will be in the business. Na? So this talk is based on this particular case. So alright, so it is basically why it is required, that is the evaluation and testing, basically the user ergonomics. Let us have it. So as we have seen that ergonomic is fitting to the requirement of customer. That is what we are there. Like we have seen the case of workstation design, workplace design, product design, we have seen. There are services also. Someone asks question like, what is there services part also covered under ergonomics? Yes, very much it is, like banking services. So what kind of ergonomics it will be covering? That is the cognitive ergonomics. Cognitive ergonomics you have to incorporate. So we have seen the comfort, safety, usability and its satisfaction to the customer. These are the main issues that will make a good ergonomic design. Right? So we have already seen these slides. So Like if you see the, how you will assess, say if you are using in your home, if you are using home, all of you are using chair, table, desktop, you are all using that. So how do you assess it? After some time you say that no, this is not good table. You come across. So while you are using, your family members are using. So either you will say no, it is a good table because you feel comfort on it, or you will say no, this needs to be changed. Why? Because now you have evaluated. Actually you have seen, evaluated whether it is correct or not. So that's the evaluation process. Previous is already this one. So ergonomic design, that I have mentioned already. So here is the dog, na? This is comfortable to the dog. Is it comfortable to the human? So for whom you are designing? This is designed for animal or designed for So once you design for human, it will always be designed better for animals, right? For an example, you have, if you have a cow. So cow generally in conventional village area, they have, nobody cares, just like a mud and all that. Na? So have you thought of it? Because the animal also suffers, because the animal cannot express the feeling. So how can you design a place for cow or for your animal? So how can, so if you take care of that, you design for the place for them. So it's another dimension of the ergonomics. So you will get more milk maybe because the happiness of the animal, so you can feel it. So that is all there. So the laboratory ergonomics, that repetitive job. See, most often you use keyboard and repetitive, always hours and hours you keep it. So do you feel comfortable? So that is how the new design, ergonomic design keyboard, so that's how it came. And it is cheap also, it is within the reach of the customer. So that is there. So repetitive tasks, basically in laboratories, the ergonomic principles are to be taken care, so that it should be such that it can be adjustable. See, adjustable is coming new platform, new design in the adjustable snap fitting. Say you just like you have a belt, na? Your car belt, so you just put it and then take it out. So that is a ergonomic, like your airbag in car, safety bag. So automatically it opens. So that is new dimension for the safety. The airbag in car, it's a safety product. Accident. So basically if you see, what do you mean to say the customer pain? What is customer pain? Problems of, so you identify pain number 1, pain number 2, pain number 3. Pain number 1, the customer don't have money. So it is average customer, only this much money can be afforded. Then pain number 2 is number identify and you solve it. Once you solve it, then you think the design part. So one aspect of design is ergonomics, color, contours. Now what is changing in nowadays in car design? What is changing? Only these are changing. Engines are already developed. Now there is very little scope to change a new engine. Only scope is there the outer body contours, color, style, aesthetics, interior. So that is all there. So nowadays car don't have toilets. Maybe that someone will put toilet. That may be there, just like. So this is all the pain you have to recognize and solve, simple thing. And ergonomics helps you a lot, because ergonomics is a science, as I said. It has a broad spectrum covering multidisciplinary area, so it is not a simple job. Ordinary people cannot appreciate the ergonomics, but only those are experts, only so you can feel the design. Suppose interior design, house design, if you see you are living in your house from many years, but if you take some interior designer, they will place the same thing in a way, color and all that, you will feel very comfortable, and a new dimension comes. So it is all the interior ergonomics, so that is what is there. So you will see that the pain can be described as minor pain, moderate pain and severe pain. So minor means it does not affect my ability to complete activities. It is only left during activities, not after. So minor pain, you do not feel that there is a pain, but it is there pain. If you continue longer, then you will suffer. Moderate pain, it is the persistent enough to alter my behavior and performance. I have residual pain after such activities. So identify the pain. See, you interact, and without interacting with customer you will not get, because each customer has a different pain. So you have to cover a class of customer, and then you identify minor pain, moderate pain, severe pain. So I am unable to complete the activities. It is persistent during and after. So you have to focus it. So what action you have to do for this minor one? Use this site. So there are algorithms over here, and you can do that. Then for moderate, you have to again, if the pain persists, then what medical treatment. So would you like to give a medical treatment with the product? No. Change the design itself. So the pain does not appear. Similarly for this one. So what is the benefit of workplace design? That we have already covered a lot. So you have to evaluate actually. Evaluation, what I said, how to evaluate, who will evaluate, and what are the norms of evaluation. Because this evaluation is a scientific evaluation. You have to put sensor on the body, you have to see in different operations you collect the data, stresses data, force data, all that. And not only that, interior, say if you have a house, so what is the interior, oxygen level, what is the inside the room, what is the light, how much light is coming, how much air circulation is there or not, all data you have to take, then only a good interior designer will be able to evaluate, and accordingly the new design will come. Okay, so like for an example, if there is a body soreness, so back, shoulder, neck, all these things, pain are there. So how to recover it? So either you put another